Hey everyone, welcome back to the IWEP Network, or if it's your first time, welcome hanging out with us. Thank you so much for choosing this podcast, and feedback is always welcome. So make sure to check the links below for all social media links, audio and video versions of this show, and merch. We look forward to hearing from you and hearing that feedback, and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are live. Let's just hope the audio is good. I just want to do a quick test. I'm like paranoid now because one of the interviews, when the mics kicked in, we're good. The
whole time you just hear that. It's double. It's a
the live chat is open. You can check the links below to follow us on all social media. We're on a quest for 1K on all platforms. So if you want to help us out, we're trying to do that. The community page is up and going. Not as active as I'd like it to be, but it's there. Post some fun stuff in there. Let's have some let's have a good time in there. We have Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We have 2 merch pages. You can go get some t-shirts and all that fun stuff, as well as a Patreon account where you get some bonus content. And that's not just bonus content for this show, but for all of our shows. It's a really good time. We have fun doing it. $5 for the content and a shout out, and $1 for just a shout out. So if you just want to support us by getting your name or business shouted out on there, we can do that. Sorry.
$1.
Yeah, we'll send you these sweet little Hopkinsville Goblin.
Yeah, and he's got the case files.
Police sketch.
Yeah, it looks like a police sketch.
Yeah. Drawn by Andrew Bud Ludwith. I bet he's been dead quite a while.
Awesome. I went to log into Patreon and logged into the RUG account. I'm trying to pull up our names here to give them some love. We up to 7 people subscribing.
Hey,
7 subscribers. Our goal is I want to hit 10. If it happens, that'd be awesome. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But we want to give some love to the people who do donate. So first up, we want to say thank you to the Tree of Life shop, the Metaphysical Shop in Ringtown, Brad Zalonis, the PA Pile Driver podcast, Hyrith in Other Words podcast, which I just did an episode of today. So be on the lookout for that in a couple days. I also just did an episode of What Up Peeps on the Wicked Turtle Network, so you can check that out soon. And then I have another episode coming up. I'll be on Getting to Know the 570. So I'll be a guest on that podcast very soon. Thank you also to Jay, Austin Blackwell, and our superstar, Jen Myers.
Yeah.
Jennifer Myers.
I like the mysterious Jay.
The Jay. I actually found out who Jay is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't tell. Let it be mysterious.
Yes, he's a really good dude. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if he actually listens.
Oh.
Or if he's just like, hey,
whatever he wants to do, as long as he's given, it's great.
Yeah. Or if it's one of those things where he's like, I just like what you're doing and I want to support it.
Oh, yeah.
He is one of those people that is just like, I like what's going on. Because the thing is a lot of you guys listen, and a lot of you guys and girls listen, but don't really comment or say anything to us. So your a lot of these are secret fans, you know. And then I'll find out like 3 months from now, and they're like, hey, I've been listening to your show and I really like it. Please tell us. Yeah, like what? Tell us. Let us know. Give us that feedback. It definitely helps, and it keeps us motivated to keep. I mean, we're going to do it anyway, but it's nice to hear. And if there's stuff you like, we'll keep doing it. If there's stuff you don't like, we'll try to make changes as well. But yeah. And I realized also that I deleted the
Patreon.
The entire Patreon is deleted. No, I have to go back to another message and pull this up real fast.
Print it out. I'm gonna print it out.
Yeah.
The ad for the
yeah. So we want to thank you to our sponsor.
You're gonna remember. I have it almost memorized.
Yeah. We want to thank Abaddon Tattoo Studio, a unique professional experience nestled in the small town of Pine Grove, Pennsylvania. They provide high quality tattoos and piercings in a relaxed, professional, and sterile environment. And their links are also below. And you can check out all their artist pages and find out what artists fit your style. Everyone there is super talented. You're getting a tattoo again there soon, right?
Uh-oh.
From Amber.
Yeah.
Well, you getting a tattoo of Amber?
Yeah.
I don't know who Amber is.
Amber's beautiful. It'd be
right on my butt.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Like that Beavis button. I want a butt on my butt.
Well, Amber tattooed her butt.
Oh,
yeah.
Heidi's or her own?
Heidi's butt. She
Okay.
tattooed Heidi's. Heidi has a B on her butt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, B for Blackwell.
Oh, I immediately thought like a little bee.
No,
Like
like
a
the-
bee.
Yeah, I did
Bumblebee?
too.
I was like, why did she get a
No, a
bee?
I
Like,
just thought Winnie the Pooh.
yeah, I thought like a little cute little bee.
She's gonna get an actual bee tattooed on her boob.
Oh,
It's
okay.
gonna be a boob.
Like a bzz bee.
We're here. I'm here all week.
I wish
You
were.
get an you can get an under boob tattoo.
Oh, I think they're so ugly. The under boob.
That's actually
No,
probably what she's getting.
this.
No, not yet.
This, where it looks like an underwire bra. That's not nice.
That's not nice.
No, it's not nice.
Mm.
I'll say it.
That's what she's getting.
Not next.
You know
not
what
yet.
you could do? You could get the beehive in the middle and all the bees under swarming out.
And honey
Yeah.
dripping down. Just make it totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that unscrewed because it's really loud. Sorry, everybody. So we are episode. What episode are we in right now?
I don't know.
50, 1100.
80. No, it's like 30 something.
I don't remember.
27.
That sounds about
Somewhere
right.
around
It's
that
like
part?
22 or
Yeah,
20
yeah.
something. But we're talking about the Hopkinsville
Yeah.
Goblins tonight. This is an interesting story.
It
Very
is.
interesting story.
And it's only a one-time event,
yeah.
which is crazy.
They were
It's-
only
it's
ever seen this
alien
one time.
slash cryptid.
Mhm.
So this is the first time we're really dealing with alien stuff. Well,
Yeah.
full blown.
Mhm.
Yeah, your first episode about aliens. You didn't really talk about aliens.
We were still trying to figure shit out. We
Yeah.
were just talking.
They're just talking in the dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much
We
were.
should do it in the dark. Shut the light.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out with the camera.
I can still think and we can still hear it. This is not different.
But this is interesting. So if you looked at our promotions up to this,
Mhm.
the promotions was a Pokemon, and everyone's like, "Why the fuck are you talking about a Pokemon?"
Stabilize.
Sableye, the Pokemon. So this Pokemon was actually inspired by this story.
Mhm. And so was it. They said critters. I found out. The movie
Really?
critters. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And also in the game Pathfinder, it's like D&D,
Mhm.
but it's like a rival. There's a villain called the Hop. Oh wait, what's it called? The Hopgoblin or something like that. It's like a Hobgoblin, but like they put Hopkinsville with.
Oh,
with-
instead of
yeah,
Hobgoblins.
yeah, it's in my thing. It's at the bottom at the end. Then. But I was like, that's pretty cool. So like, there's other.
From the
uh,
illustrations, though, they definitely look like gremlins.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Or
So-
Stitch.
Or Stitch.
So
Little
there's
Stitch.
there's two police sketches of these things.
Which is awesome.
I think they're so cool.
Isn't that cool? I'd like to
Yeah.
describe the alien now, officer.
yeah,
And the guys are going, right? Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. If I seen that in real life, I would poop.
But
Listen,
they're little.
What
If
if
they
he
were
was just like,
bigger,
they're only like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, they'd be
3.5.
kind of cute.
Yeah, if they were bigger, then I would be afraid.
Like
but I
this
would be
guy's a
like,
little cuter than that guy.
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah,
And I
his
mean,
size definitely
We
is."
talked
think-
about this.
I think
a
the
little
nose
bit.
is scarier.
And the weird.
Yeah,
he looks
yeah.
mean. This guy looks a little mean. in
So this is
regular
what
life.
what Lucky described. We'll get to Lucky Sutton, whose name is Elmer, and this is what. That's the one Elmer described. This is the one that Billy Ray
Ray.
did. The names
Billy
are
Ray
fantastic.
Cyrus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The names are just fantastic in this story.
Yes, they are.
I actually have an Uncle Elmer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. There was in wrestling. There was Uncle Elmer. He was a big fat guy. In like
He's-
the 80s.
my uncle's
Is he a big fat guy?
Yeah, he's a fat guy. He has the black old body. Yeah, he goes by Butch though, not Elmer.
No, well, I would too if I was
Yeah.
Elmer.
Yeah.
Elmer's glue.
Yeah, I just went to Elmer Fudd.
Oh yeah.
Is he canceled? Or he's
Who?
just not allowed Elmer
no,
Fudd?
he's not allowed to have a gun anymore.
That's what it is.
Oh yeah, because what hunter has a gun?
He-
They should give him like an awesome bow and arrow, and he's just like he's killing everything with bows and arrows.
I feel like
The
I heard
character
it's a
that was
crossbow now
the-
or something.
the character that was before Elmer Fudd
Yeah.
was real bad.
There was- there was a
Elmer
hunter character?
Fudd was actually a different character, and they redid that character because that character was real bad, and they created Elmer Fudd.
Oh,
Elmer Fudd's first appearance was actually as a black guy,
okay.
and he was like really stereotype race, like
Hello there, like
or-
that.
but he was like extremely uneducated, like
Oh,
like
well, it
and-
was the 50s
yeah.
or the 40s maybe.
and I
Elmer
think
Fudd's not
there was a
the
lot of
smartest
like
either.
slave stuff with it and stuff. It was really rough, and he
Yeah.
was just pretty much trying to catch bugs to eat him because he had no food, and then bugs would just take advantage of his lack of education
Not
too.
Actual bugs. The
Bugs Bunny,
Bunny.
yeah, Bugs Bunny.
At first second, I
It's
was
a little
like,
bit different. That makes it sound a little bit worse.
Yeah.
What?
Eating
What?
bugs?
So, well, let's get into the Hopkins skill.
Yeah,
The
hopskin skill.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm
that's
saying.
if you kill one, you get the hopskin skill, and that levels up your cryptid slash alien hunting. Hopkinsville. It's very hard to say,
Hopkinsville, yeah.
and it's funny because it's in the bottom of Kentucky, the far southeastern part of Kentucky. So they're all very. I don't know if you guys watched that video. I watched several videos,
Yeah.
and they're all talking like this and then this. They say restaurant like Tony Schiavone. Yeah,
We went down to the restaurant. and seen-
Hopkinsville, is a normal town, has a what do you say, grocery store, and it has a restaurant.
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 Right.
And I was like, well, what fucking town doesn't? Anyway, Hopkinsville. Hopkinsville Goblins, we should say. So on August 21st, 1955, in a little town north of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, called Kelly, Kentucky. So this is like,
Why do they call it Kelly Goblins?
yeah, well, some dude
Well,
called
it was
it the
like right
Kelly
outside,
Hopkinsville. Yeah. So
right?
it'd be like for us here, Pottsville and like Port Carbon. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
distance. You'd have to drive a little bit to get to the main town, but it's Hopkinsville is the main town. Okay, there was said to be an encounter between two families and a strange group of little floating aliens. The goblin-like visitors then proceeded to terrorize the 11 people inside the home for the entire night. And that's what we're going to talk about here. The story revolves around two families, the Suttons and the Taylors, who lived in a house with no phone, running water, TV, or even radio. The one said they didn't even have books, which I'm like, they probably had some book.
They probably had the
Yeah.
Bible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably had the Bible.
They
at
definitely had
least.
they
Maybe-
definitely had them the Bible.
a phone book would have existed in 1955, I think. Anyway, very, very stuck in the past, even for 1955, to not have a radio, because, radio was pretty big. Let's sit around the radio. Anyway, Billy Ray Taylor, fantastic name.
Oh shit! I forgot to send Alex the link.
Oh,
I thought I
jeez.
put it in there.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, you
dare
keep going. You keep
Billy
going.
Ray Taylor, 21, and his 18-year-old wife had come from Pennsylvania to visit Lucky Sutton, that's Elmer's son, whom he had worked on a traveling carnival with. The Suttons were 50-year-old widow and matriarch Glennie Lankford, another great name, her two older sons and their wives, which they never really mentioned their names, a brother-in-law, and the widow's three younger children who were 12, 10, and 7, respectively. So there's 8 adults, 9, 10, 11, and 3 kids. Yeah, that's a lot of people in this small little
lot of
farmhouse.
people.
I want
With
to
no
also
running water,
yes.
and they had an outhouse, I would assume. Just use the outhouse, wipe your hands on a rag out there. Hopefully none of these little goblins bite you.
And I want to add too that they there was 0 alcohol in this house. They were a dry family.
I have that down. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were well, the one lady, like in the one video I watched, it's her like great granddaughter, and she's like, yeah, she read the Bible every night. And I'm like, well, we don't have anything to do with it. It's like,
they drank wine in church.
yeah, like she read the Bible, so it didn't because people read the Bible don't make anything up. According to accounts given to the Hopkinsville police, at about 7 p.m. on a hot Sunday evening, the Sutton family friend Billy Ray Taylor, I always want to say Ray Traylor because the wrestler. So if I say Ray Traylor, it's Billy Ray Taylor, was fetching water from the backyard well when he saw a silvery object streak through the sky, real bright with an exhaust, all the colors of the rainbow, recounted Taylor, which I would love to see that. Silver thing with like a rainbow trail.
Well, real quick, did you see the videos that's going on the internet now? And I don't exactly, if someone's watching and they know exactly what I'm talking about, I don't know the location, but it's a video that's going like people seen it in Canada, people seen it in like a bunch of spots in America, and it literally looked like a meteor, like a small condensed meteor shower, but it was like hundreds of these like just
I've seen something like
objects
that before,
burning with
yeah.
like giant tails,
Yeah.
and then they were like changing directions and shit, and people took all these videos, like they're all over TikTok, they're all over the internet, and people were like, it was like breaking news, like people are seeing this stuff.
Maybe they were just like pieces of a meteor because there was supposedly like a huge meteor like going right past her.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, I remember
maybe it
something
was
like that.
With
a
the fact
while
that like
ago.
not like no one, like they didn't say like, hey, keep an eye in the sky tonight, like no media outlets or
Yeah.
anything like that. And then all these people are, it is weird that we're starting to get like mass sightings. Like it is weird because like people before, like 18 people seeing these creatures, and you're like, well, now we have fucking cell phones. Why are people not catching this all of a sudden? And now all of a sudden, now videos are coming of all this like interesting things, and our government's like, hey, that video that we said was hoax for 8 years, it's not.
No, we don't know. We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Man. We can't say what the unidentified flying object was.
Mhm.
We didn't say it was UFO though.
If anyone knows what the thing is, let us know in the chat as well.
Okay. Anyway, the real bright and the exhaust of all the colors of the rainbow, which I would love to see that. I think that would be great. It kind of looks like an old like 70s progressive rock band cover. Like, anyway, it came silently towards the house, passed over it, stopped in the air, and then dropped straight to the ground in the woods behind the house. Some say it's a little like gully thing through in the house there. And that, as I say, some reports say it was an hour later. Some claim Billy Ray went right inside to tell everyone what he'd just seen. In either tale, so the Sutton's dogs was barking, and they all heard strange noises outside. So Lucky Sutton, great name. That's Elmer. I wish my name was Lucky. This sounds like not to derail. This sounds like old NWA job guys' names.
Yeah.
Like Ric Flair versus Lucky Sutton tonight. Yeah. So Lucky and Billy Ray Taylor went outside to investigate. What they saw was right out of a sci-fi movie. They claimed to have seen a being about 3.5 feet tall. It had an oversized round head with large eyes and long ears. It had glowing white light surrounding it as it hovered out from the woods towards them. It also had very long arms, and this is the best part. Some reports had them dangling down to the ground. Others had them carelessly floating through the air. And like the picture I see is like, woo! Kind of like when Kermit's like, yay! I love that.
Did they have those wacky arm inflatable tube men back then?
Yeah.
And a 1955, buy your 1955 Lincoln and see the wacky inflatable arm inflating tube man. That's also an alien. The legs, too, were dangling down and seemed almost unnecessary as the creature did not actually use the legs to move. It was said the creature was very goblin-like with a silver metallic-ish body, possibly armored. And we'll get there because they shoot at it. So it's a little silver dude, 3.5 feet tall. I like this one more. We have two for those that are listening. We have two printouts of police sketches that Billy Ray and Elmer Lucky described the alien to the police.
It also seemed like, and this is a story too. Huge shout out to the Kryptonaut podcast, which you're wearing a T-shirt of tonight. They're very much into this. They're like what the cryptozoologists, like the one guy's like he would fancy himself that, I guess, or he is one. I don't know, like where he's like,
yeah, I guess you could say that.
yeah, and he does a lot of research, and he's very much into like alien life forms and like stories and stuff like that. And it's been like a common occurrence where people say like they see these aliens, and it's like they're on the ground, but it's almost as if they're wading in water. Like the gravity doesn't pertain to them, and instead of walking like we do, they kind of like float, like when when they run away, they kind of like swim almost. Where like our density of our air is different to them, and that was kind of said with these as well, where they kind of would like move through the wall, like the air, and the way their hips would move is as if they were wading water.
Yeah, like they were. The gravity didn't really affect them that much. It was like floating. And that's why they say their legs almost look useless. Like this one, the guy said he didn't even see feet. He just seen the legs went down. That one said they had little suction cup feet. So
Yeah.
It's funny how they both, like, one said, well, he had a nose and some antennae. And they both have the big ears and the crazy eyes that look a lot like the Sableye eyes.
Yeah.
For the Pokemon, which we'll get to that. Okay, so as it moved toward the two men, they ran back inside the house. And I even got that. This is some good info here. Billy Ray grabbed a .22 rifle, and Lucky picked up a 20-gauge shotgun. I like how one had the actual gun sizes rather than they grabbed two guns. The men, now armed, went back outside. When the creature came within 20 feet of the house, they took aim and opened fire because, of course, that's what you do when you see something you don't understand.
One of the stories
20
I heard,
feet.
one of the stories I heard too is when he walked back out the door with his gun, that one of them swiped at his head.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
don't jump
Sorry.
ahead.
Hey, don't jump ahead. There's more.
Come
to
on,
the
yeah,
story.
come on.
I thought that was the same part. Sorry.
Come on, we're getting there.
No, this is the first shot.
Yeah,
The first
that's
time they were
now.
shooting.
Come on now. We can't talk about
This was the shot that was heard all around the farm.
Yeah, we can't talk about Police Academy 2 before we watch
Heard at
Police
the
Academy
neighbor's
1.
house.
I was like chewing through the microphone. Okay.
Yeah, gummies are a horrible idea for a show. by the way.
The men, now armed, went back outside. When the creature came within 20 feet of the house, like I said, they took aim and opened fire. Which, if you have a shotgun and 20 gauge, that's the smaller caliber one. That's a little more precise. But the 22 is like, you can shoot me with the 22. It ain't gonna hurt that bad. It's not like they have a machine gun or something.
I'll pass.
They heard noises that sounded like bullets rattling inside a metal drum as they shot the creature, because it sounds like metal on metal, because they said that they're made out of metal, which is weird. The men went back inside. Once in the living room, they saw another creature through the window, which is like, hey guys. They took fire again at the second creature.
Through the window.
Through the window.
That's
like,
bad
you
move.
fucking get out of here, you boom. Through the window, they took fire again at the second creature. Again, they heard the metallic noise. The creature looked like it flipped over, so they actually hit it. And I was like, ah! The men went outside to see if they had killed it. Once on the porch, here you go. One of the women behind them screamed as one of the creature's hands reached down from the roof to take a swipe at Lucky. He shot at it, and the creature fled. And then this is Mrs. Langford. She was quoted and saying, I went out in the hallway and crouched down next to Billy. When I saw one approaching the door, it looked like a 5-gallon gasoline can with a head on top and small legs. It was a shimmering bright metal like on my refrigerator.
So, like,
But
Bobby
like,
was
she
there.
had a refrigerator, so I'm like, I thought there was no electricity in this house.
They
But
could
maybe
have
she
had
knew what a refrigerator was.
they could have
what
an
a
ice
refrigerator
box.
was. Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
And she got a little excited there. Or maybe she had a refrigerator somewhere else. Maybe this was a vacation home. Maybe it was just a farmhouse. I don't know. I was like, hold on a second there. Hold on a second. Anyway, the men noted how strangely the creatures moved. Like you were saying, the legs always remained straight and just hung down. Their hips swayed side to side like they were wading through water.
Oh, my bad.
They also seemed to defy gravity when they jumped. This part's awesome. They always emitted a glow that grew brighter as they moved. So it's like meow, this meow.
Like leprechaun.
Like they sound really cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I would have shot at it first. I'm like,
I
That's
would've-
what I mean.
I
Like,
wouldn't have.
look
If
at
it
this,
was
like-
this small.
Dude, what if I peeked through? If we heard a scratch and
Yeah.
I fucking moved that curtain, and this
I-
was staring,
Listen,
but it's not like an alien from like Aliens. Like
you open
it's-
your window and you see a bright fucking.
This one I would be a little more.
But you know what it's
sketchy of.
like,
That one I'd be like.
it's
"What
like
is that?"
Insidious when Darth Maul pops up. I was like, it's funny.
I
It's
would-
not scary at
I
all.
would shit my pants.
I was like, what is Darth
I'd
Maul
get a
doing?
bucket of water. We already talked about this. I'd throw water on it and see
you
if
guys
he
are
multiplies.
acting. You guys are acting tough now. But
No,
if this
no, no.
happened,
I
But
mean,
first
I would be
off-
scared, but I
but
wouldn't.
it
My
isn't-
first instinct wouldn't be shooting.
It isn't Predator. It's kind of a cutie looking alien.
what if
Little.
that thing opened its Pac-Man head?
And there were a bunch of teeth in there.
Millions of teeth.
Then
Well,
I'd be
I mean, yeah, but it's
Then you shoot.
yeah.
You
I-
don't wait 20 feet and be like, maybe.
Yeah. What if it was just like a kid in a costume?
Yeah,
down the street,
which
you
is
didn't
always
know?
That
every
kid's dead.
every time like someone goes and finds a cryptid or something, they always we gotta shoot it.
first.
We have to shoot it first.
Everything.
Can you imagine like if everyone treated that for every animal we ever discovered?
Mhm.
Oh, it's a rabbit, shoot it! Like it's coming around, it's a cow, shoot it!
Like,
Brrr.
Like fucking South Park. It's
Yeah.
coming right for us.
Yeah, yeah. Like just shoot everybody. Like I don't understand that. Bigfoot, shoot him.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we
So
do.
we're
Mass shootings coming back. That's the thing again. remember we didn't have those for like a year or two.
What?
A mass shooting.
I,
And
No.
don't- I don't think it's been like. I don't think there's been a year.
Yeah. I think all of 2020 we didn't have one mass shooting.
That's because you couldn't go
Because you
anywhere.
couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
and there was nobody around.
There's an upside to all this. Now people are like
Stay in your house.
they're allowed to go back out and people are
I mean, if you really wanted to, you probably could have shot a bunch of people. Indoors.
I feel like
Yeah.
there probably was. They just didn't talk
It-
about it.
they're like fuck slow day in the news.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
You always tell the news on Fridays that way people can talk about it all weekend. Anyway.
We need more cryptid stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The men noted how strong. Okay, I said that. Okay. Once back inside the house, the families huddled together, with most of them in a panic. For the next several hours, as a dog barks, the creatures circled the house, peeking into windows and tapping on the walls of the house, which was like,
They're fucking with them.
yeah, hi, hi,
They're trying to come in. They're
it's the
trying to
shark.
say hi.
Telegram. But like, then it, like, so they don't extend the next several hours. Like, so what happened in the several hours? They just,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just
They would've-
hiding in their house.
They're like, we tried to shoot them, ain't not working.
they're obviously trigger happy. Maybe they ran out of ammo. Like, you know,
Yeah, I
'cause
was wondering.
You think they would have
that.
just kept blasting these
I was
little
wondering
goblins?
that because it says they like open fire and they just keep shooting. Like,
Yeah. Now 22 is little tiny bullets, so you could have a big box. You could have 122.
I think they also said too, like when they went back outside, they realized like there was multiple of these things. There was a lot. Like I think
Yeah.
they could maybe realize like we're maybe outnumbered here.
Yeah, there's some fan art with like crawling all over the roofs and like,
Yeah.
going and stuff, and like there's a lot of cool art. Just type in Hopkinsville Goblins. So at 11 p.m., the whole group ran for the cars and hightailed it to the Hopkinsville police station at top speed, because of course. So maybe they got right past them all, or maybe the aliens were like hiding or something. They don't specify. I tried to find something. I couldn't find anything. So one of the officers said, "These aren't the kinds of people who normally run to police for help." This was Russell Greenwell, another good name, later told investigators. What they do is reach for their guns. Of course they do.
America.
Yeah, here they were, women and children hysterical, and one man with a pulse of 140 beats per minute measured by an investigator. So obviously these people were scared of something. If they showed up, even if they were all high out of their mind, they were scared.
Why would they measure their pulse?
I guess
I
you
feel like
because
that's not
you're
like
like,
a normal thing that they do, right?
maybe, I don't know. I don't know, it was in the 50s. Who knows? Maybe the guy's like, maybe.
Or he's like, oh,
Yeah, and they're like,
So like we
Yeah.
maybe need to check your blood pressure.
yeah.
Cletus.
Yeah, if lucky.
Lucky, you need to sit down. We need to take your blood pressure real quick. You
All right, I'm still holding my gun. Taking my guns away.
Does anybody smell burnt toast?
Yeah.
that goddamn Sableye
Yeah,
comes.
yeah.
I'm gonna blast it.
I tried to sound one every Pokemon and get rid of it, but imagine she just throws it out. My Alakazam's going to take that ghost Pokemon out. The police skeptical at first, but with the family so hysterical fear, recounting what had happened.
Real quick, we have Billy Trey said, I love the idea that the worst thing that these creatures did to one of them was wave their arm near them and they're like, shoot him.
Of course, yeah. They didn't. Yeah, they
didn't
glowed.
do anything.
They kind of came there, waved. They're like, oh fuck.
Pretty colors.
Yeah, they had a rainbow fucking UFO.
What
Like,
if they
what?
had the answers to coronavirus?
Yeah. What if
They're like, it's coming to your planet.
What if they were coming to bring these people electricity because they didn't have electricity?
Yeah. They're like, yo, you guys realize like there's cool shit out here.
Yeah. And they're like, no,
Quick,
we're
shoot
fine.
that thing. It looks like a 5-gallon gas can.
It looks like my refrigerator.
It looks like a child.
It looks like Lilo and Stitch, and I don't know what that is because that don't come out for 70 years yet. Anyway, so the police dispatched, this is the best part, 20 men consisting of local police, state police, and even military police from the nearby Fort Campbell.
So here's the
That's
thing.
awesome.
Real quick.
Oh, okay, along with a reporter from the local Kentucky New Era newspaper.
Well, here's the thing.
How'd they
If
get the
you're-
military so fast?
Well, it was nearby.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
nearby.
Yeah.
So if
It'd be like
someone-
Fort Indian Gap. If like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
if you're a police officer and someone's like, and a whole family
yeah, runs in.
in 2 cars run in, women, and they're all telling you the same story. They've seen these things and a whole nine. Are you going to be that one cop who's like, do I believe them, or do I just like? I think I would go with more people.
Yeah.
I would bring
If it was just one, I'd be like.
And it was
yeah.
1955, so they were like,
because that's how every horror movie is. One cop is
Yeah.
the other
Yeah,
cops
but
like.
this was the 50s.
They're
Yeah.
like
so
like.
what horror movies were out at the time?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's how everyone dies in the
there was
beginning.
maybe Day the Earth Stood Still. That could
Yeah.
have been, that might have been.
But
out
I'm
by
just
now.
saying, like, it's not the kind of
Yeah.
world that we're living in when
Yeah.
it comes to movies and stuff where it's like they have that knowledge.
If my chief was like, Tony, go see if these idiots are lying, I'd be like, fuck you, you're coming with me.
Yeah.
Because if they're not lying, I'm not being attacked.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back in the day, that many people coming, you'd be like, we better send a lot of people
Because-
out there to get whoever, because maybe they think it's made people fucking with them.
Yeah.
Right. Or it could be animals.
Yeah.
Like they may have been like in it, like as a police standpoint.
I like how
like,
we call the cops now. We can't even get one to show up. And
Yeah, and they
back,
got 20
back
for
then, the
an
fucking
In the
alien.
middle of
the
fucking
Kentucky
nowhere.
the Kentucky National Guard shows up for an alien encounter.
Yeah.
Well, they probably walked in and said, "There's an alien here," and they're like, "All right, let's go get him." Yeah.
They drove a tank up.
They're like, my neighbor's music's loud. Shut the fuck up and deal with it. Like, we have an alien. You better get every fucking car in the county.
It's probably like the 50s chase scene with the one like headlight
I just
on.
feel like
just
they're strapping up their guns and they're
Yeah.
putting dips in. They're like, let's go get these fuckers.
Yeah, well, there's probably not much happened in 1955. I mean, you know.
I was gonna say, when did
That's a
like
fun night of the job.
Roswald and all
Yeah.
that stuff happen?
That's, well, was
Yeah,
that
Roswell or
48?
whatever, Yeah.
42?
Maybe
Roswell?
I'll look it up right
maybe
now.
they sent all those people to be like, maybe this could be our way to become famous.
Yeah.
Be like, I want to be on the scene if this is a told story.
I think
Which,
you
and we're
guys
talking about it.
definitely skipped
The fact that we're talking about it now,
Mm-hmm.
it was a good
What-
choice.
what
on their
day
part
was
that
this?
They
Yeah,
went.
yeah, yeah.
What year?
This was 1955.
Roswell happened July 7th, 1947.
Okay, so that already happened.
So
And there already was sci-fi movies.
Mm-hmm.
it could definitely be like a piggyback thing of like, oh, there's alien things there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
And there was no
Why not?
way to, like, yeah, I heard that in New Mexico.
What was the
you know?
was it H.G. Wells?
Day that Earth Stood Still?
Is that what it's called? Or I thought there was another one.
The radio thing?
Yeah.
I think that was H.G. Wells. I forget.
War of the Worlds.
Mm.
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. Yeah. I'm an idiot.
Orson, which is also the pig on U.S. Acres. So just want to bring that up there. U.S. Acres was the Friday episode of Garfield. So
I don't. War of the Worlds date. I don't want the 2005 version. I want the date
no,
that
we
actually
don't want
happened.
that. Anyway, once they all convened on the farmhouse, investigators found shell casings from the gunshots, but no other evidence. Neither could they find proof of heavy drinking. According to the Sutton matriarch, liquor was not allowed in the farmhouse. They did briefly notice a green light in the woods beyond the farm and interviewed the neighbors who saw strange lights and loud noises. I like how they're all like, there's some green light over there. We're done.
the people who don't have electricity, there's a big green light over
Yeah.
there. Ah, well, it's
That's nothing. That's
they're
old
playing with that
swampy.
uranium again.
A meth lab out in the woods.
Yeah, that's just,
You know, Elmer's into that weird shit
Yeah.
down there.
we ain't going. We ain't got to bother with that. Once the police and Taylors left around 2:15 a.m. Because so the Taylors are like, we're out of here. We ain't dealing with these aliens no more. It's just the Suttons now. The Sutton family went to bed thinking the encounter was surely over. A little while
Something on
after
my
the family
face.
fell asleep.
There's like something water or something on my
It's-
face, and I
it's-
kept
it's an
touching it.
alien.
And I'm like, it's not doing anything.
Those goddamn
Alien.
goblins.
Listen,
Stitch.
I'm not multiplying.
Mrs. Langford woke up to a noise by her window. She noticed the dog low and saw another creature looking in the windows. That's great. They fall asleep and say,
We're back.
hey, go around. She woke everyone up. Lucky Sutton again grabbed his gun. Now he had the shotgun and took a shot at the creature again through the house. That again seemed to have little effect to the creature. The creature took off. They continued to hear noises until about 5 a.m. So that's 2:15 for 3 hours straight. Then they stopped and were never heard again.
I'd be mad that he shot up so many windows.
I know. Like
Yeah.
2 windows have been blown
First
out.
off, if you know that they're out there and you went outside and there's a bunch of them, why aren't you boarding up the windows?
Yeah.
Why are you shooting through the
And
window
the
and
Why
first
making a
don't
time
you
bigger
go back
hole?
to
shot
town
them.
and stay?
Yeah. Somewhere else.
Like all the cops left, everything happened, and the Taylor's like, we're out here, we can't stay. I'm like, yeah, we're staying.
and obviously shooting them's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So let's just keep doing it and shoot up our house.
Maybe they had a laser sword and they come out and or maybe they would have just said hello to the nice little
Yeah.
aliens.
They obviously weren't doing anything.
Yeah. They didn't attack.
They didn't break the window.
I could imagine this in today, like if we shot this as a movie and you're out in front of your house and these things show up, they whip out their phone, they're gonna go on TikTok live and be like, yo, there's these little fuckers
Look at this,
here.
look at this.
Hey! And then they start shooting and stuff. And
Yeah.
And like the one that swiped at him that was on the roof, maybe they're like cats. A cat would swipe at you.
Or
I just wanna play.
Maybe he was just trying to like
Yeah.
pet
Yeah.
him. He's touching his hair.
he's like, hey,
What's
I'm
going on?
here, don't
Yeah.
shoot.
Hey, we crashed. Can you help us out here?
That's
Your
what
hair.
Well, you know how like white people are uncomfortable, like not uncomfortable, weird around like people of color. They're like, "Can I touch your hair?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just like,
They're-
"What?
Yeah.
got
What is
that-
this?
You got Becky with the good
Because
hair."
they ain't got no hair.
Yeah, they're
They
like,
got big ears.
they're like, "What the fuck's that shit on your head?"
big old eyes.
Let me touch it.
we evolved past that 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
They got such little ears.
Where are your ears at? Where are they?
We can hear in like all directions and all
Miss-
everything. Like,
definitely-
I love the.
They skip leg day.
Yeah, well,
got nothing.
but if you float, you don't need to work out your legs if you just float. You just need the big head, so that keeps you up in the air, I guess. Anyway, so when the story of the encounter hit the news, people showed up in droves to the farm, taking photos and even items from the house as souvenirs. I like how it's 1955. They just walk in their house and be like, "I'm gonna take this because this is
Are
the
they
alien
still living
house."
there?
Yeah, because that's actually what the granddaughter said in the one video. I was like, wow, that's a little forward.
Messed up.
And this is why the people wanting to see a glimpse of what the newspapers then dubbed the Hopkinsville Goblins. The family was accused of being under the influence of drugs or alcohol and called hoaxers. So in the following days after radio stations and newspapers, including the New York Times, even reported the incident, again, it's 1955, there is no internet, hundreds of curiosity seekers descended on the farm, often ridiculing the Suttons as ignorant or fraudulent. When no trespassing signs proved useless at discouraging them, the family tried charging admission, which 50 cents for entering the grounds. For 1955, 50 cents to get 100 people in there?
Yeah.
Makes a good one. $1 for information, 10 for taking pictures, which that was huge.
That's a lot.
And who even had a fucking camera back then? After that, skeptics blasted them as fortune-seeking fabulous, which, hey, they're trying to make money. All these people are coming in there stealing stuff out of their house.
Or just like making,
They'll make a little money.
or they're just like, we'll just charge outrageous price, so they just leave us alone.
Yeah, because like imagine,
people are gonna keep showing up.
like, why would you make all this up? Like, it wasn't back in the day where they came and say, hey, we want to make a movie. Like, you would get no money. So why would you lie about all this if you don't get anything positive out of it? So as the Kelly story spread, and okay, that's at that. So the Kelly / Hopkinsville.
Thank you, Jen, for
Story.
the share. Unfortunately,
Yes.
she can't hang out tonight. She has some
Oh.
stuff going on. But thank you for coming in, just sharing. We love you.
Watch later then, Jen.
Yeah.
And get the whole story. So as the story spread into the world, it took on a life of its own. The number of little men grew to a dozen or more. A few years later, the little metallic men were conflated with an Eastern Kentucky's woman report of a flying saucer and a 6-foot-tall man in green, helping launch the myth of little green men, which is pretty cool how this spawned little green men. Apparently before this, they never said that. People that drove UFOs, well, aliens, were just little men, not little green men. So this started that whole thing. So what did happen? Many claim that the Suttons and Taylors saw was horned owls, which is like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I think if you knew an owl, even the dumbest person would know
I
an
feel
owl.
like they're
from an
very outdoorsy people,
Yeah.
and they know the difference between an owl and something that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
This doesn't
but-
sound like any like.
Owl's eyes do glow.
Yeah.
You know,
You have
like-
to look at it in the sense of if there is no electricity, you're probably looking through candlelight at a distance, for one. Through a window, if there's an owl sitting on your window, not necessarily when they're outside, but like that might have been what was looking out the window.
It could be.
Yeah.
Would an owl get real close to your house, though? I don't know.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
don't
But
know.
it does say that the horned owls, whom are known to be violently territorial.
Yeah.
But if they were violently territorial, that means they already would have been there and they would have
Right.
knew about the
And the
owls.
cops would have seen owls when they showed up.
Yeah, because they still would have been there and would have possibly
mean,
attacked one.
Unless the dog attacked.
Yeah.
And then they become territorial.
But even the dog was afraid of
could
it.
an
No,
owl,
I know, but like it started barking first, and then the owl kind of like, well, You're gonna fuck with me? No.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Ah, shit, I'm
Owls
out."
are pretty big though. So like depending on what kind of dog it is, the owl might win. And they got talons and sharp. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's one of those
They can
little
fly?
yappy dogs, it'll
Yeah.
fuck them up. Yeah.
I don't think they had a
Don't
little
think it was
yappy
little
dog.
yappy dog, no.
They had a bloodhound.
Yeah.
That's probably a big dog, but still.
I think Billy was telling me one time, like after I dropped him off after a podcast, that they because he lives up like not like remote area, but it's not like there's woods and stuff there. And the one time he said he like something fell out of the sky and landed in a bush and ran away, like a cat or something.
Mhm.
And what it was is like literally an owl came down and picked up like someone's cat or something and realized
A
that
rabbit?
what they picked up was too big for them, and then just like what the owl will do is fly it higher in the air and then drop it and hope it
Mhm.
dies,
Mm.
and it didn't and
I
just
also
ran
heard
away.
that just happened. There was an eagle, and it tried to grab one of their ducks.
Didn't Kayla say one of her dogs get?
Yeah, her dog got picked up by a hawk.
Yeah, Kayla's like childhood dog got picked up by a hawk, and then the hawk dropped it like,
Up at the
on the
softball field.
the baseball how they have the
Yeah.
cage that goes over
Mhm.
home plate.
Yeah.
It dropped like their dead dog was on the top of the
Oh,
cage.
God. Wow. That's something. Well, hawks are pretty big. They can get
Yeah.
real big.
Only Kayla that would happen to.
I don't know this,
Crazy.
Kayla. So
Yeah.
But my friend, the same thing. It was an eagle. It got like one of their ducks. Like it tried to grab one
Yeah.
of the ducks.
like
Didn't
big
get
big
it.
birds. And owls get. I've never seen an owl in real life. I've seen it at the zoo. I'd love to see an
Yeah.
owl because they're cool looking.
Yeah.
I don't know much about birds, just their law.
Yeah, like just a bird law.
The
but,
bird law.
But like
Law.
I know that even the dumbest person would maybe know an owl. Maybe not through the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But when you're
The
out there
owl.
and it's
Right.
coming at you and it's glowing, I don't think birds or owls
Touched
glow.
your head. Like I
I'm
don't.
just gonna say that.
And just like how they said when they shot it, it sounded metallic.
Yeah, and the one had a hand, and they
Yeah.
the body's not like an owl.
And everyone's seen it
Right.
because they even said it was coming. They were coming in like in the house. And
Yeah.
stuff, and like
I think everyone described like these little goblin type things,
Mhm.
stabilized.
Very
So
interesting.
it's like an owl. Come on now. But you know how people it has to be a string.
Right. There's got to be a
Yeah.
logical
Yeah.
something.
The light in the sky could have been a meteor, since there were meteor sightings at the time. Which okay, maybe they're not aliens. Maybe there's some type of cryptid or monsters that live in the woods. So
yeah, very easy to see because at that time, not much, and there's no electricity out there, so you have a better view of
Yeah.
the sky.
so actually the stars would light up a little bit.
Yep.
So I mean
They
maybe
were living there to begin with. And
Yeah.
The meteors scared them out.
maybe.
Could you imagine living in a house where you have no electricity
No.
and then you have to walk across a dark yard to an outhouse to
Yeah.
get shit,
No.
That's why they had
and then
guns,
shit in
'cause,
the
like,
dark?
Shit in
Yeah.
the shower.
which isn't that bad. I mean, you're in the outhouse. I mean, you would probably take a gun with you because what if a bear or a fox or wolf or something,
Yeah, I don't
You're
wanna
out
do that.
there,
I
it's
don't
the
like
dark.
outhouses.
cougars
I'm sure they
Freak
were
me out.
probably used to
that
the
live.
Probably
thought
used to
of
it, yeah.
something might get you.
Yeah, they might even have
Yeah.
like a torch or something
Like,
like
you're
that. They let
used
go
to
all
it. It's
night.
like
Yeah.
what you know since birth. You learn how to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you think for years and years they didn't have electricity since the world was invented.
Right.
The world.
When they invented the world.
It's just crazy. So like, I just
It
wanna-
is nowadays.
I want to recap. Like, so that like obviously the two families
Mhm.
now have these creatures tapping on their windows, taunting them, like peeking through windows. Like they're like even though they're being shot at, they keep coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Like-
there's more than one.
Like unless these are raccoons,
Yeah, but they would.
but I feel
run
once again I
away.
feel like this family would know what a raccoon
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
What if
And I think they'd
um,
run away when you start shooting at them.
every time they get shot, they multiply?
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
they're like
That's their water.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
But they're made out of metal, so
Um,
it's like, what are they, robots?
Yeah, they
Which is like
are.
Police,
Yeah.
police, National Guard come, they leave, and now they
and then they're
come
smart
back.
enough to hide and come back.
And
Yeah.
come
Well,
back.
if you've seen all these people coming, all these trucks and cars, you probably would hide.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. But they all leave. They're like,
But
all
they didn't-
right.
I feel like they didn't really leave right away when they were getting shot at.
No, they didn't. But maybe they didn't really understand. They're like, well, if they're metal and it's just bouncing off them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we do at home.
Yeah.
This
They
is
don't got-
sports.
They don't got lasers.
And
Yeah.
then to never, ever, ever, ever come back.
Yeah.
I
Well, they
wonder
had
if
enough.
And
one of the
there hasn't
friends-
even been another sighting of this creature alone
Yeah.
ever
No,
again.
maybe somewhere else, but not in Hopkinsville.
I wonder
Yeah.
if those friends ever came back to visit.
I would.
Or they're just like,
Yeah, yeah. The
bye.
voice of Billy Ray.
Yeah, we're staying in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Billy Ray never went back to Kentucky to get water out of that well again. Although I would, because I'd be like, well, like all the people went to the house to see. They went to
Yeah.
see. So I mean, there is people that would.
If I lived it, I'd be like, I'm never coming back to your house.
How many people were there in the house?
11.
11 total.
Interesting.
Between the
So
two
there's
families.
about a dozen of these things and about a dozen of them.
Yeah.
What if it's them?
Like
Or,
like the movie
alternate.
Us. It's like an alternate version of
No,
it.
I mean, like, what if the people no longer exist and the aliens?
They took over their
But then
bodies.
who was
Yeah.
attacking the? Oh, the aliens killed the people and took all.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Maybe.
why they never came back.
Maybe.
They're there.
They're there.
Invasion of the Body
Yeah.
Snatchers.
Yeah.
Resident Aliens. You're watching too much of that. You need to calm down.
But what do you,
They
like
actually
that?
did mention that in the one episode that I just watched. They're like, "Oh no, they took over the body. They're there now."
Yeah.
Like,
That looks good. I'm gonna watch that one
it's a really good
on a
show.
streaming device.
On a streaming device.
Okay,
It's
so
on my Voodoo.
oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I tried to add a movie to Voodoo and I couldn't figure out how. I had
Just,
like, I
just
had a
send
paper.
him. Just send him.
Yeah,
the
and I was
clip.
like, it was
Yeah.
Punisher Warzone. I was like, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
okay.
add this because it's not on here.
We
but-
always send them.
Anyway, the lore around it all. The Hopkinsville encounter is at the origin of the popularization of the words "little green men." Prior to his sighting, like I said, flying saucer occupants were called little men. Can you imagine that? What's in that flying saucer? Little men. Like, why does it have to be little? Why can't it be a real big dude? Why can't it be like a cat?
Why do they have to be men?
Yeah, yeah. Why can't it be a female octopus? No, we don't know. But the day following the
Maybe-
sighting,
This is both.
yeah, maybe that's the male and that's the
Yeah.
female, or vice versa.
Yeah.
That could be.
Yeah.
Because we have in our police sketches, they are slightly different. One has a nose, one has
And
more,
antennas.
yeah, and has a more pointed jaw and not so round head. The other one has like a
What do you
circle.
think? Which one's the male and the female?
This one's the female.
You think so?
Yeah.
The one with the
Because-
nose?
No, because the feet go into the feet.
Oh, okay, yeah, that guy in the male has like no.
They float.
Yeah. Oh, okay, male,
No.
female.
I see what you're doing there.
Who knows? The antenna. I don't know. I like that one a little bit more.
Well, let me read off a little description
Wait,
here.
no, wait. I wanted to say so. Like, the descriptions are kind of off because this one says.
Talk into the
wait.
microphone.
Sorry, this one I don't remember. Now you moved it and I lost it. This one says about. That one says he has a nose. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely has a nose, and then this one they stated very strongly that there was no nose.
Yeah, well, they could be seeing different versions of it. So height,
Okay, but
2.5 to 3.5 feet.
Mhm.
No sex orientation, so no floppies hanging
No
out.
visible
No.
genitalia.
Yeah.
No.
Bald head, same color as body, chin almost to a point. Miniature feelers or antennas on each side of the top of the head. Dark depressions in each ear. Ears are floppy, large, and extending considerably above the crown of the head, pointed at the top like wrinkled leather, extended from the side of the head somewhat. The nose saw a small cone-like nose tapering to a point with the ball on top of it, with the ball at the end of it. The mouth,
Oh, it's like a clown.
a little clown nose, yeah. Upper lip was tucked in, lower lip under the lower lip. The shoulders are sharply but no neck, are sloped sharply with no neck. The body looks powerful, built to the waist. The legs are slim, like arms are long, almost touching the ground. The hands are wide and had talons, and the feet are circular like suction cups. And that's the one description from Billy.
They are similar. Now they both
Yeah.
don't have a neck. They both
Mhm.
have the same body just about, and their heads are a little different.
And then Uncle Elmer here said
Lucky son.
said 2.5 to 3.5 feet, no sex orientation, head around, bald, same color as body, nose was none. One man stated very strongly that there was no nose. Ears swept back, tended quite a bit above the crown of the head. The eyes were yellow and center, white rimmed, about 6 inches apart and glowing. The mouth was a thin line, but not sure where the mouth actually was. The body was powerful above the waist, very big muscles, clearly seen. Below the waist, thin, spindly, almost like shape with no legs, stick-like. The hands, 2 to 3 feet long, webbing between fingers with talons, and starting at the knuckles above the talons, and the knuckles and fingers not counted, and the feet were not shown. So they were like
So it is very similar, just different heads. But you think like, look at humans. Just people have real big heads and small
very
heads, and
once again very
little,
dark,
little bean heads.
no electricity. So
Yeah.
you're just basing on moonlight.
Yeah.
what if it's transitioning? Like it starts as the one with the round
Oh,
head,
it's like
but
turning
it
into a
sees
human.
us and it's like,
Metamorphosis.
I'm going to look
So
more
it's a
like
shapeshifter.
you so that you're comfortable.
Or
They-
maybe
they
it's by
definitely-
age,
They
like how
definitely
old they
like
are.
behavior wise, they weren't angry. Like
Right.
because
No.
even though they're being shot at, they're just like kind of like tapping the window, like, hey,
Yeah.
And
Other,
it's- and
they
the
almost
fact
seem
that-
playful.
The fact that
Yeah.
it reached at his head and they have like long talon hands, it
Yeah.
didn't scratch him or
Yeah.
anything.
yeah,
right?
like if it had a kill shot opportunity,
yeah,
and it didn't really take
Could've
it. It was
swung
more like
his head
like
around.
Like a cat.
like a cat or a monkey, like where it was like kind of like I want to
Yeah.
kind of just get a feel of it, you know?
Just slapped him 5. Hey, man.
Yeah,
He was just like, hey,
they definitely didn't come off angry or
No.
ill will or
Like,
anything.
why would you grab the gun? Like, Bible says
I
shoot
definitely
it.
still definitely terrifying, and that your first reaction. If
I
you're
mean,
like,
I guess,
I'd
but
be
like,
scared, but it's also small. So
Yeah.
I would be like, what the hell?
I think some people be scared, but some people be like, well, what is that? Let's
You're-
talk to it.
you're like a fucking hillbilly from Kentucky,
I
and
mean,
Yeah.
I would probably hide inside
mean-
and look through the window first.
Definitely have your guard up if
Yeah.
it's something unfamiliar. But why the first motion is to
But
shoot?
Dude,
Imagine the
how-
first time someone's
how
seen
many
a deer.
months? How many months?
But
are
there's
you,
probably something like, I wonder if I can pet it.
Yeah.
Like you know,
Yeah.
How many months living in that house are you fucking like every time you're like wake up in the middle of the night to go take a piss?
any type of light,
And you're like
"Oh."
like the little girl's like it's like 12, 8 o'clock at night.
I don't want
it's
the
dark,
goblins coming.
and you're like, I have to pee, and the dad's like, well, go out and be out, and she's like, fuck that. Do you remember what happened 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
Like
In a bucket.
that family had to like that's
I know.
that doesn't go away.
and then
Yeah.
then they had all the people fucking with them, trying to take stuff out of their
It
house.
makes me upset when they
Pictures.
said after it finally went away, they heard noise for like hours and then it stopped. But like,
Yeah, it's just
do you
stop.
ever get like you freak yourself out and you just start hearing things even though there's nothing?
Yeah, so
I feel
maybe
like-
they.
Well, she said she visibly saw looking at the window at her, and the
Well, yeah,
dog
but
was still
then-
reacting
but then
to it.
after that, they said
Yeah.
they just kept hearing noise.
Which it could have been anything. Could have been wind. Could have been animals.
You're in high alert at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
You
You
just
just
shot out
hear
14
things.
windows of your house.
Your brain starts doing things and you.
Elmer and his family said, "Fuck you, I'm out of
Right.
here."
No,
Take-
Elmer stayed.
Oh no, yeah.
Taylor left.
Taylor's
Ray.
like Billy's like, I'm getting my family and
We're
we're
going-
going back to Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. They ain't got no goblins up there.
And you know,
They
They got Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Bunch of potholes.
Yeah. I
we're,
don't know why he has a southern accent.
we're going to PA because we have a gargoyle with really nice legs.
Yeah, we got the Butler gargoyle. He's jacked. I don't know if they've seen him yet. That's
Super
possible.
jacked
I think that
legs.
was maybe around the same time.
I wonder what part of Pennsylvania he's from.
Allentown.
He's from Allentown.
Remember it was the Allentown region, like Allentown, Lehigh Valley. That's where the
No, I'm talking about
Butler.
Billy.
Oh, Billy Ray. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to look.
Yeah,
I did not look. We'll have to see.
I don't think they go into that
Anyway.
much detail.
But the days following the sighting, the local reporters started to call the creatures little green men, and the words were soon reproduced in many newspapers, quoted on the radio, and translated into other languages. But here's the thing: they both describe these as silver metallic. So why do they call them green?
Yeah, I was
You're
wondering.
fucking bad reporters.
Yeah.
Little silver men, little metal men.
Yep.
Metal man, that falls off the tongue. Little green men, like the little green man up there, Martians. I like the one video. It was like it was little green men from Mars. So he was like, oh,
Always from Mars.
they came from Mars, not Venus, not Jupiter,
Yeah.
not Uranus, not some planet we don't know. Mars. Like, okay, definite. Anyway, there's some good that came of this because the Kelly
Oh.
community now celebrates the anniversary of the event on the third weekend of every August with an event called Kelly Little Green Men Days, which I'd love to go to. There's even an exhibit in the museum in Hopkinsville. According to the book Comedy Horror Films, A Chronological History, 1940 to 2008, the 1986 movie Critters loosely based on this case, that's pretty cool. And though Critters are much different.
I'm gonna have to watch Critters.
Yeah, don't they come from the sewer too?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, wow.
feel like
I
I've seen
think
pieces
Leonardo
of it.
DiCaprio's first movie though.
Yeah, I think there's more Critters
What's
too.
that? Critters?
Yeah.
Isn't that Leonardo DiCaprio's first
I
movie?
don't know.
I think there's more Critters, and there's like a knockoff version of Critters
I
too,
wanna
called
say he is.
not Chud.
They actually just made a new one recently.
Really?
Yeah, they did make a new one.
Critters is very similar to Gremlins.
Yeah.
You.
And there's also another knockoff. What?
No.
What are you looking at?
Shut up.
What?
Somebody's kicking the shit.
It's the Goblins.
It's the Goblins coming in. They do this.
So here's the crazy thing. Well, we'll finish this.
Okay, so then they have, of course, like we said, the Pokemon Sableye is based on the look of the goblins described in the Hopkinsville encounter. In the games, they're animated with a swaying or waiting motion based on the creature's reported movement. So that's pretty cool how they do that. And they do that again if you ever played it. In the Pathfinder role-playing game, the Hopkins, so that's the blend of the two, a type of gremlin from the BCR5 book based upon the goblins described in the encounter. An American television series, Project Blue Book's fourth episode, second season on the History Channel, focuses on the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter, which I would like to watch this show to see.
Yeah.
First airing on February 11th, 2020. So, did the two rural Kentucky families come into direct contact with alien beings in the summer of 1955? They would certainly have you believe so. What would they have to gain from lying about it? At least the town now has a yearly event, and we all got a cute Pokemon version of it. The Hopkinsville Goblins.
He was
So
in
that's-
Critters 3.
Critters 3.
Okay.
There was a Critters.
I'm gonna start with you, Nikolai. Where do you lie on
Because
this?
I'm close to that.
Yeah, because you're about the same height.
He's only like 2 feet taller than the.
Or
The Goblin?
are you buying this story? Is it bullshit? Is it believable?
I could believe it. I don't necessarily believe that they disappeared forever, though.
Yeah,
That part's a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
But also, like, if they have this ability, like I was saying, because the two sketches almost look like it's replicating us. That if that was the case, they might just be there
Yeah.
without us seeing a 3-foot person. Because
I like the idea that maybe that there's a male and a female different.
Yeah.
Like a,
because like I don't know, I look at it as like story points. Like if these are characters in a story, what was their thing? Like maybe they started out as this more amphibian type thing with a rounder
it
head,
looks like a tadpole.
kind of, yeah. And their information and intel about Earth was this is a similar look, or like 3 feet tall is average height. But who knows where that information came from to start with? And then when they get there, they're like, oh shit, these people don't look like that. They're like 6 feet tall compared to them and stuff. So they change up their way a bit.
Yeah,
to
because
kinda
you notice
like,
this one has more like ribs and
Right.
stuff, and more of a human face. I mean, the eyes are still
starting
weird.
to get like
Right.
A little
So
bit
if
of a
that's
he's-
kind of why I'm like,
Shape shifting, if they have that power, who knows what power they have? That makes
like
sense. I never thought of that.
metamorphosis, Maybe
yeah,
they're
because I
changing.
mean, like in this one, it's and the reason why I say like amphibian and stuff is because like they say about the web fingers in that, but then this one doesn't really, but yet it has more human elements to it, and
I
it's
got
like they even gain feet,
Yeah.
where it's like,
on the nose and lips.
right. But maybe I'm just reading too much into it.
No,
Like a
that's-
design.
I mean,
Like
it's
a
a cool thought.
butterfly.
It's a cool
Yeah.
process. It looks like this one has a tattoo, like right there. It's,
Yeah.
a little anchor.
Got like a
Yeah.
heart, I heart mom
Yeah.
on his arm. Heidi, what do you think?
I think it could be real. I don't know. I'm like, I believe almost anything.
Yes, you do.
That's a,
I don't know. I think it's. I don't know. I don't think it's that far fetched.
What do you think I think?
You think it's probably fake? I don't know.
I think I 100% buy it.
Really?
I don't think these people lied. I think they experienced something.
They experienced something. They went to
Yeah.
the, but there's actually
Yeah.
police. There's a printout of the police report of her too.
Yes.
I should've put
I
that.
watched the video before we started of one of the grandkids that
Mhm.
experienced it.
the girl with the black hair.
Yes.
Okay.
And
And they had the grandson too, or something. That he's like,
do I
he's
think?
like, my dad took him out, and they come back. I'll take him.
Yeah.
I just don't think that you could just make something up like that. Like our brains can't do that.
Especially if you don't have a TV and you
Yeah.
haven't watched
Right.
much
Right.
sci-fi.
It's different if they've seen things on TV, but they don't.
Yeah.
They don't even have a radio. So like
Hmm.
you can't just make it up.
I think they're no. I don't want to say they're like simple minded or they just they have a lack of education. But I don't think that qualifies them to not know nature and surroundings.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I think
They're
they
confused. They're
they're
always.
always-
I don't think that's.
They're
yeah.
always seeing animals because they're
Right.
out in the farm.
they're probably a family who will go out and hunt
Mhm.
and get food. So I
They
think
would
they're-
know animals more so than the city folk.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think legit what they experience. I 100% believe them.
Mhm.
And I think something legit came to them. So I also buy into this. I buy into the description that there's more than one species of alien.
Mhm.
Like I think if
Yeah.
there is things coming here, I think there's more than one type. And
I think they're already here.
I think they come
Ooh.
by and maybe they're like, oh, we're gonna make contact, but we're not really sure how to do it yet. Or maybe their plane crashed and they were like, we don't know how to fix this or figure things out. And then they were like, oh, I think we got in the jet. I buy it. I legit believe that this family legit experienced this. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing for them to gain. And I understand how people are like, yeah, they charge money then, but like
You have people coming to your house.
They're
and
stealing
you
your
get
stuff.
people get
I would start charging too.
pissed off when like 2 delivery guys come and they're not for their house. Like, oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck's going on? Imagine 25 people come all at once and they want
Take
to
your
walk
thing.
around and come in your house.
families
It's
like
funny
that
they
live out in
didn't
the
try to
middle of
shoot
woods.
them, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Families like that live out in the middle of woods for a reason.
Yeah.
They don't want company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if they have company, they better know who you are, you know? Yeah, I buy it. I'm into it.
Something happened
Something.
August 22nd, 1955.
But I don't believe in shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if 11 people and they all say, I mean, yeah, you better not lie or whatever, but like,
Especially because okay, so you could argue and say, okay, well, these people started charging people, but the other people who left, they didn't. They
Yeah.
didn't get anything.
they
out
took
of it.
off. They had enough.
So why would they lie?
Yeah.
Why would they make it up?
Yeah, and there was no book deals or nothing back then.
Right.
You know, there's no, we're going to make a movie. Hey, we're going to put your show on Netflix because there was no Netflix, there was no internet.
I just hope that the Pokemon company is given.
I just, Pokemon
Yeah,
Company
that's
should send that lady in that video some money
Yeah.
and a little stabilized statue.
Maybe that's what the people
Well,
in Pennsylvania
when
got.
they interviewed her and her, I don't know, brother or something, he had like a little alien statue that was holding his salt and pepper. I don't know if you've seen that video. I was like, that's pretty
That's
cool.
funny.
Yeah.
And then the town now makes money off it. I mean, you know, they didn't have it.
After they called them all crazy.
Yeah, after they call it crazy Sutton's Lucky's, it's son of
Yeah.
a bitch, but Something happened. Was
Son
it,
of a bitch.
was it aliens or was it maybe even cryptids? I mean, they did see what they thought was a UFO, so who knows? It
Mhm.
was something though. Something attacked it, and it wasn't owls. I don't believe it for a second.
I don't think
I
it was
don't
ours
think it was
either.
ours.
You have to be an idiot. to think
Maybe a freak show was in town.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
A
mean,
bunch of
there's
little
traveling circuses and stuff that if you didn't
well-
have a frame of reference and you saw
But-
somebody,
The guy worked
Yeah.
for the carnival. Remember?
Yeah.
Billy Ray worked in the carnival. I think it was one of them worked for the carnival. So they both
Yeah.
seen some stuff.
yeah.
Still, something happened. I like it. I think it's very interesting. It's a shame it only happened once.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no one else
That we
reported
know
this.
of.
this
Maybe
type
it
of-
happened to somebody out
Somewhere
in the middle
else.
of the
Yeah.
woods somewhere else, and they never reported it.
That's what we try to find those
We're gonna
stories.
find out.
Or
Now-
maybe they just went crazy and they just lived on the woods
Yeah.
by themselves, rocking back and
Or
forth.
maybe
all
the,
day.
maybe the aliens are like, you know what? I'm not going back to that planet.
They shot at
They-
us. They're
They
crazy.
put metal things at us. We were just coming to paint their house.
Crazy.
You just want to give them a little bit of that electricity.
They're gonna bring them some cookies. And
Yeah.
they shot at us.
Well, so the another reason why this is a lot of fun is the podcast that we listen to, the Kryptonaut podcast. They are currently doing a 2-part episode, part 2 just episode about the Zimbabwe goblins.
Mm-hmm.
And this country like legit believes you can create a goblin, and there's the stories and
And they steal women's underwear.
yeah, and they're kind of like creepy rapist
Little
type things as
perverts.
well, little perverts. But like their government acknowledges it, and like their police have arrested and captured what they have said it has been goblins. So it's one of those things where it's like, what? Like legit, like this guy.
But are they like so?
I don't want to give too much away because I want people to go listen to the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah,
But
well,
like,
you want to take a picture and like show.
yeah, but like they legit like this one guy was accused of creating a goblin, and there has been and people who were there what watched it happen like said we seen this thing run around, like we visibly seen this goblin, and the police took it into custody.
I just my only thing is what is like our interpretation of a goblin might be different from theirs.
Very
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
But what they're describing, what their
There
description
should
of this
be, like,
goblin
a
is,
little person.
That's
Yeah.
what Richard Goblins said.
what their description of a goblin is definitely not anything of this world that we would describe as anything else. Like it's and then what they do is
And they make it. How do they make it?
it's kind of like a
Like a
voodoo
voodoo.
ritual,
Oh,
like
okay.
where you have to you
Scary.
you have to give up somebody in your family's soul,
Ooh.
but you don't pick who it is, and the goblin may or may not ever tell you when it's going to happen. It could happen in
So what's the benefit of making one then?
because they're supposed to be super lucky,
Oh.
and also but the problem is they kind of go bad after a while. So after a certain time, that's when they
They got an
become.
expiration date.
Yeah.
They do. They go.
Bad
They
milk.
like where at first you can
Milk's
actually
gone bad.
you can
Sour.
you can tame them and work with them, and then eventually they just go crazy, and then you're like, oh, we got to put it down.
That's
Like
crazy.
a gremlin when
Yeah.
you get a wow.
Yeah.
I think that.
Or when he
Thing.
eats
Did you?
around
I
and
listened
they
to
get
part
nasty.
2.
Have it
Little
missed
mean
Is
one.
there part 3 or no? No,
most
'cause
of
I know-
most
I
of what
know-
I said is in part 1, and
Yeah.
then part 2 is
Rob said the next one is the Fresno Nightcrawlers, which are awesome.
yeah.
Up there in the hammer pants.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff they talk about on there. It's like it's a cool little cryptid podcast, and
Mhm.
like it's one of those things too where like this is legit recorded. Like if you go back and look at like old newspapers and stuff, like this stuff was printed. Like
Yeah.
this wasn't
There's
something
police
that
reports.
yeah, like
Like they
legit.
seen goblins or aliens or something.
Yeah, it's very
They
interesting.
seen something, man. Maybe someone killed it. And then who knows, maybe the government came in then and got rid of whatever was there. Who knows?
Or put those people in the.
Yeah, the Nut House, Lucky Sutton.
Yeah.
Got some shots.
If you guys are watching, help us out with a share. Let people know this
Yes.
exists. Definitely go follow us on all social media. We're trying to get some subscribes. We do have some, we're to Patreon. We're gonna record something there. We're gonna find some spooky stories from Reddit.
spooky.
Spooky
Spooky.
stories. Does anyone have an idea what they want to do for next episode?
I have more.
I always try to think
have
of something and I
more.
can't ever. My brain just.
Does
goes
anyone
blank.
have a suggestion in the chat? If
Yeah,
you guys are
Andy's
watching
got a whole
live,
list.
If you'd
and
like to
there's
see,
if
we just
there's-
went to 5 people. 5,
Yeah.
Thank you.
if there's something in the chat that you guys want us to cover, I kind of have one that I'm curious about doing
Okay.
because it's something that we used to do as kids, and it has some historical connotation to it, and it's something that anyone here can do if they want to
Oh,
experience.
Jerk off.
100% jerking off. No, I wanna do Bloody Mary.
Oh,
Okay.
Kryptonite did a good one on that. And
Yeah.
they had, I believe it's Rob's niece or something on.
Really?
She was very funny, yeah.
I-
It's an old one, so you
I
have to go
never
back a
did
year
that.
or so.
Yeah, I
oh,
didn't either.
I don't mess with that stuff. I had a dream about aliens when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I would never.
Yeah.
maybe
do
you
it.
actually experience them, and because some people say they had very vivid dreams, and then they wake up and then maybe
They
No,
were.
but-
Tell us
I
your
was-
dream. Tell us your dream. I know
was
this dream. This is funny.
camping. When I never slept like kids sleep in their mom's bed. Like I never did that. I would like camp out and bring my sleeping bag and sleep on her floor.
Okay.
And I had a dream that I was sleeping on her floor, and these little aliens came marching through the window. I don't remember now that I'm like older.
Were the aliens
I
or
can't-
goblins?
Well,
Are gnomes?
No, they were like
Or
aliens, but I
lemmings.
can't remember if they were like green or silver. But they were like your typical like big eyes.
Okay.
Just came marching single file through the window, and they were like coming to take over the world.
Oh.
But the one at the very end, he was gonna help me stop them.
Oh, he's a turncoat.
Yeah,
And then I woke up.
dude. Heidi has these fucking dreams.
Well, you got him.
She'll-
You won.
She'll wake up
Obviously.
out of a dead sleep and she'll be like, "I had a dream. I have to tell you." And I'm like, "Okay." And then this is how usually all of them start.
And it's 2 sentences.
No, this is how it always starts. She goes, "I had a dream. I was with you, but it wasn't you."
Oh.
It's always like that.
I
And it's
have
me,
really
but
lame-
I'm not me.
That's the weirdest description. It was
Yeah.
you, but it wasn't.
I have
you.
really lame ones like that. Like, someone's there, but they have like blonde hair. Like that's it. That's
Yeah.
the only difference.
Yeah.
But I
And
have
then-
dreams where it's
Like,
me, but it's
oh.
not me.
And then
I'm, like,
someone's
watching.
trying to chase her.
Oh.
Always try to chase her and kill her because she watches too many horror movies.
Yeah.
But then the Ninja Turtles came
I
out.
was
Whoa.
fighting crime with the Ninja Turtles once.
Well, that's
Wait,
awesome.
cartoon version or like Suits?
Better than that.
Like,
okay.
Ninja rap turtle, Ninja Turtle.
But she wakes up like she's stoic.
Like this epic story.
And
that,
she's
like,
gonna tell you. And then
That's
she's
kinda boring.
still telling you as if like it's fucking legit.
Because
And I'm
it's
like,
fresh in my mind.
and I'm like, you're telling me a fucking story how you fought with the Ninja Turtles and you're not smiling?
yeah,
Because we were fighting crime.
Fucking
fighting crime.
It's so strange.
Oh man,
So strange.
Hopkinsville Goblins. So we say not bullshit. That's a
I-
collective
Not
non-bullshit.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm
first
into
one.
it.
We think it's
I'm
real.
into it.
Yeah, I like it. I forget the
If
first
you're
time I
out
heard it.
there, we will not shoot you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless
if you're a
unless you try to kill us.
cute little alien, I'm gonna come pet you.
With your Pac-Man head.
Yeah, with your Pac-Man head.
Maybe this one's
Say what?
Canadian
Yeah, yeah.
because he has like the
Hey,
Terrence
we
and
should-
Phillip
we
head.
re-
You
Respect
look
their
like
ship, eh?
Shrek. Or not Shrek.
Look at that.
Stitch.
Yeah, Stitch.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Leo's
where
the
they
girl.
got it.
Yeah. So unless someone has a, let's see what we got here. The Gordon Mountain Ghost.
We
That
did
was our
that.
first
Yeah, we-
episode.
I was-
Yes.
Our very first episode was Gordon Mountain Ghost. Go
So-
back and check that one out.
Go back in the archives. You can listen to that.
Yeah. So here's the thing too. So if you guys listen to this, even if you just watch the video, it would be a huge help. No matter what platform you listen to us on, go follow us. So if you go to
Yes.
anywhere you go to podcasts, where we used to do is you'd search IWEP Network and we uploaded every show like that. And
Mhm.
we still do it. If you go subscribe to that, all the shows still get uploaded there. But if you want to find past episodes, it may be very hard if you subscribe to that to go through because like I said, we do 5 shows here. And these shows have been going for almost 3 years. So it's going to be hard to go and find an older episode. So if you go back and you search Not Cool in High School, Banging Beers, Truth Behind Illusion, Interviews Everyday People, they have their own individual platform too that you can
Yeah.
follow. The thing is with that, when we separated it, it did, obviously we have a better track of who listens to what shows, but a lot of people didn't do that yet and go follow over. So if you can, go follow us, go follow the podcast.
Please.
If you do listen on Apple, a 5-star review helps us out a
Yeah,
lot.
you don't have to say anything. You just hit 5 stars. Submit.
Yeah, 5-star reviews go a long way because that forces the algorithms
To algorithm.
to do its job and put us over and
The algorithm.
algorithm.
Yeah.
So definitely sharing the page, tagging the page, telling people about the
Mhm.
page helps us, man. Word
Post
of
on our community page.
yeah,
Wanna hear
word of
something?
mouth. Wear
Share
a
a story.
t-shirt. Go get a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And rock it. I think the sale might still be going
Heidi
on.
has one on right now.
Yeah, look
Looks
at that.
pretty
thing.
cool. Yeah, look at that.
That's your
I know,
logo.
that's metal right there.
Yeah.
Chin, 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 chin,
So
chin,
so help us grow. We'll start with you, Andy. What do you got to plug?
Jesus, I wasn't prepared to plug
Me
anything.
either. I always
here.
forget about this part.
We already said the Kryptonaut podcast, which I have a shirt on. We plugged our own shows. So
My
I'm
God.
wrestling tomorrow, but how many people are going to be listening and then go to that show one
Yeah.
day? I gotta like, hey, I'll be wrestling in 2 weeks, in
Going for
3
your
weeks.
Going for your 3rd belt.
Yeah, so that's in
Woo!
Stroudsburg tomorrow. Outbreak Wrestling on YouTube. Can't Believe Frog, which I will soon be on
Yeah.
Facebook and IWTV.
Mhm.
So want to see that? And Independent Wrestling TV. If you want to watch the independent wrestling version of Netflix.
Yep.
Independent Wrestling TV.
They do a great job.
Yes, they do. Very good job. So that's why I'll plug.
Nikolai.
So we talked about Resident Alien. They got they're greenlit for season 2.
Ooh.
So I'm super excited because the
Nice.
way that the show is built, it could have just ended
Mm-hmm.
with this season. So I'm happy to see where it goes from here.
I haven't watched that yet. I
It's
actually need
really
to.
good, and they do talk about like the Greys and like different types of aliens and things. So there may be topics that we talk about here in the show that you guys pick up on.
What are you wearing today?
I'm wearing Fright Rags.
Shocker.
Yeah, what a
Let's
shock.
Let's plug
But not
them.
Shocker.
Let's plug
Not
Fright Rags. That's
not-
gonna be my
not
plug.
the
I don't have
movie
anything
Shocker.
else.
yeah.
No.
Let's be. Yeah.
This is the Shamrock novelty shirt from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Season of the Bitch. That's the porn version. Yeah.
I decided to go with a raglan this time.
I like it.
Looks good.
I really
Yeah.
do like it.
I
'cause
like the
it's like-
baseball tees.
yeah,
Yeah, me too.
it's a worn like design.
We
Like
have,
how
base- we have
people-
baseball
yeah,
tees on our
pieces
merch
missing.
page.
I like
Ooh,
it.
there you
stuff.
go.
It's really cool design. They are coming out with, I don't know if you saw the Dawn of the, or is it, no,
Night-
not
or
Dawn, Night of the Living Dead,
Oh,
or
Yeah,
whatever,
Night of the Living Dead.
the little figures,
Yeah.
but they announced the
Oh,
newest
what did he call them?
or like
They
the
had
last-
names for like the army men.
Yeah.
Remember that-
I forget the name. They have a special name.
Ultra.
Well, if
Pro-
you order it, they're doing like, I think it's like a 5-day pre-order thing. Next weekend, I want to say.
They have a lunch can of thermos coming too.
Yeah.
They do, but the final character that they announced is George Romero. So you get a mini glow in the dark George Romero in that pack, and it's like $23, and you get 13 of the mini characters,
Do it,
which
Heidi.
I'm super excited for. So I'll probably end up getting.
I love the
just
company.
Wait, my
George
favorite
Romero.
part of that movie is when the girl is hysterical and the guy just punches her in the face.
That's Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. But like,
Yeah.
that's my favorite part when he just knocks it right out. and
Just punches
she's
her.
dead.
They have right now going on the Universal Monsters.
Yeah, I didn't know if we want
Yeah.
to talk about that. or
and
whatever.
Creep Show.
Yeah, Creep Show came out
Creepshow.
today for season 2.
Season
That's
2.
coming out.
Yeah.
I like
so
the Universal Monsters is like colored shirts with just their head and the
Yep.
old school ones.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
well, we did order John and Claude's daughter Invisible Man shirts.
Yep.
So they have been shipped out.
Yeah, I just got the notification today.
Very excited.
Yeah.
We literally use Fright Rags again
Yeah.
to get an item, one of their items, to someone who is a fan or represented some way in the movie. So Claude's like daughter is now going to be a T-shirt of her father,
Yeah,
which is exciting.
I'm really excited to hear back from them, from both of them, just to see what they think of the design and
Yeah,
stuff.
the design's cool.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping they had pins. I would have
Yeah.
loved to have a pin set of every Universal Monster.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. If you're Ben, if you're listening, which you're probably not, pins. What is that? Whoa.
We're going to Terror Tweet land. If it's because we're
Oh,
some kind of
they're
Yeah.
good guy trading cards. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want cards.
There's supposed to be pajama pants or something coming up with Good Guy that they like previewed. the other
Okay.
day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check them out if you like horror movie merch.
It's no longer not going to just be horror stuff.
like all pop culture.
We talked when we did the interview with Ben on Knuckle in High School. He talked like they got Back to the Future now.
Yeah.
So at some point this year, you're gonna get that as
That's
a
exciting.
merchandise piece, which I'm super excited
Did
for.
they have RoboCop or something too? I know
They
he had,
did
like,
Rocky Horror Picture
Yeah.
Show too.
Yeah. So it's not going to just be horror if horror isn't your thing. So
Yeah.
go check them out
Mhm.
because their doors are opening.
What do you got, Heidi?
I don't have anything.
You have nothing?
I can't think of anything.
No, you
I was
can't.
gonna say right. I was gonna say.
You
Fright
can
Rags.
just nobody you can put over. No business, no
What
nothing.
did you put over right now?
You're awful.
I know.
You're terrible to the community.
I was gonna say Fright Rags.
Well, she's like, I like local pizzeria. Blah 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 blah.
There you go.
Go get pizza at Suglia's.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sweet as
There you go.
Where'd you get your cookies?
Carmen's Bakery in
There you go.
Hazelton.
Oh, I don't know many places.
They're very good.
See,
I mean, you
how
might-
does that-
Almond macaroons.
That
Macarons.
you searched.
I searched
Since
everywhere
Christmas?
since Christmas.
Yeah.
Like a crazy person.
That'll do it for Truth Behind Illusion. Thank you guys so much for hanging out.
Yeah.
Next episode, let me just look over it real quick and just see if anyone posts anything for ideas. The sexual movie, The Shocker. I have no idea where that came from. I'll
I'm
start
gonna say
it
the
watch.
Shocker.
I'll start watching it now that season 2 will happen. Oh, we're talking about
Resident Alien.
Oh.
Resident Alien.
Yeah, we need to watch them.
They said the Gourd Mountain Ghost, but we already have done the Gourd Mountain Ghost, so we're gonna stick with Bloody Mary. I'm gonna do Bloody Mary next time. Can't say it
Are
one
you
more
gonna
time.
do it?
Yeah, we'll film
You can
it live.
say it because you're not in front
On
of the
the mirror.
mirror in the dark,
Yeah.
right?
We'll turn
That's
the
the
lights out.
rule.
We'll film it.
You have to be in front of a mirror in the dark.
That'll be the Patreon clip. We go do
There's a
it.
It's not
couple
like
different
it's not like
versions of
Beetlejuice where
Yeah.
you just say anywhere.
Yeah.
It's like you have to be right.
Light candles or something like that. At certain
That's too much
hours.
work.
There's a lot. There's like a real in depth.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only ever heard
the true
in the dark
Bloody
in front of the mirror.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk Bloody Mary.
A drink of Bloody Mary.
Tomorrow night we'll be live again doing an interview for Tornado Tag Podcast with Matt Mikowski, which is really exciting. Very excited for that. He's a former MMA fighter for Bellator, and he's also
Wow.
a professional wrestler.
That's
He
awesome.
wrestled in Chikara. I believe he trained at a wrestle factory, and he will be talking about his upcoming fight in Bloodsport, which is it's like a version between MMA and professional wrestling. Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. He's going to be a part of for again. I think it's the second or third time. He's also going to be featured in the Super 8 competition, which is a pretty big deal in independent wrestling.
Yeah.
It's a lot of big names have gone through Super 8, and he's going to be one of the names represented this time around, which is really, really exciting. Actually, two of our friends will be represented this time around in the Super 8, Killian McMurphy and Matt Mikowski, which is really, really fun, and it's a great opportunity for them to get a launching point to move on to bigger and better things. So maybe an interview we do tomorrow that maybe in a year or two he'll be on TV, which is what we always hope for the people, you know.
Mhm.
And then Sunday we'll be back at the table here drinking some beers with Bang and Beers podcast. I don't know, is my dad home this weekend?
I don't think so.
So we have my dad's not here. So Jen, if you're free Sunday, you can take a
Could
seat.
be wrong, but I thought he said he was.
We'll double check with that. But myself, Bob, Andrew, and Bill will be here hanging out, having some beers, and maybe we'll have us open seat, and you'll see Jen on there as well, hanging out with us, having some beers. So that'll be 3:00. Bang and Beers podcast Sunday. So we have 3 shows for you this weekend. Bang and Beers is now bi-weekly, so you won't see it again next week. It'll be every other week. And then next Friday is going to be not Cool in High School.
Yes.
Not Cool in High School.
Mhm.
I think we're doing Zelda.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Supernatural for the
Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah. So we're going to talk Zelda, and then
None of which I've seen or played.
Me
Yeah.
either.
and
Yeah,
then,
so
Play
just sit
Zelda.
there back. Hey, yeah, that sounds cool.
yeah, I'm going to be doing. I've been playing Breath of the Wild, but I probably won't have it finished by then.
You know what?
No.
I really love using Falcon Punch on Link. That's all my input.
I have nothing.
We can all watch the first episode at least of Supernatural. It's on Hulu
Yeah, I'll watch a couple of episodes.
or Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah.
There's
It's all that.
First, I
Just the
will
first
warn
episode.
you because it's how many seasons in.
There's like 14 or 15.
So
15.
that's like how many years ago, right? So
Yeah.
like the beginning's a little rough
Well,
because
we'll
I
see.
haven't watched it since the
So-
beginning. I only started it like last year.
Yeah.
and it's a
Is
little
it-
rough.
Better to start with a random later season,
Yeah, you
but like
might
the
like it
first
better.
episode.
Is it a show that you can pick up an episode in and be like, I can watch this?
For the most part, like there
Kinda.
is a story to it, but it's.
Do you want to
not
watch
like,
the Miz episode? I watched that one.
Yeah.
The wrestling episode.
What I'm
Oh, I
saying is
didn't
like
see that
it's like
one.
X Files,
pretty
where
good.
there's an overall
Yeah.
story arc going on in X Files, but every episode is like kind of like talking about her highlighting.
Yeah,
it's
like
kind of
every-
like Scooby Doo. Like, what's the mystery this week?
Yeah.
Yeah,
know?
yeah, like every episode.
We could
there's
watch
something
that.
going on.
Supernatural meets
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. They
Yeah,
did that.
they did
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
they did
Yeah,
that. That's
Scooby
that's
Doo
what
met
we're watching.
everybody.
That's
I have the Scooby Doo wire one. That's pretty good.
yeah.
So I have a bone to pick with them people who designed it. They put guns in Scooby-Doo. I'm not a fan of that.
Mhm.
They had like Fred and stuff with guns. No, just because they were part of Supernatural. I was like, no thanks.
That's weird.
Really.
I don't know
Yeah.
if supernatural people use guns.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it
In the
was,
show,
they
they
had
do.
like.
But they don't use
gave
bullets.
them
They're full of
weapons.
rock salt.
Oh, because that hurts.
Oh well, maybe
maybe that,
Or
that's
salt.
what it was.
Salt,
But-
rock salt.
well,
something
that
like
hurts the demons or whatever.
hurts the
Yeah,
ghosts.
makes sense.
Who knows? All right, we're out of here. Thank you